All right, howdy y'all, what's poppin'? My name is Lucas Wilson, that is. And your boy is shipping off to U.S. Army basic training on March 8th, 2026. I make these videos to document the now of how I am, where I am, how I be, what I be, and what I'm finna do. All right, I'm gonna be seeing the transition of my journey from civilian to soldier. And this is the beginning of that process, and that is why I'm documenting it. I'm going to look back on these videos one day and I'm going to be like, oh, damn, man, you sounded real stupid and you sounded real dumb with all the wisdom and the knowledge that hopefully I learn in the days to come. Okay. Glad we got that established. So I am making this specific video because I want to talk about what I am leaving before attending U.S. Army basic training. I am in the midst of my recovery from alcohol, and currently I am 3 days after my 2 month date of no alcohol within my system, and it has done great things for me. It has not been easy for me not to consume any alcohol at all, but it has done great things for me, and it has allowed me to deal with myself, and dealing with myself is something that I choose to avoid. That is why alcohol became so prominent in my life, because it allowed me to escape from dealing with my true feelings, and it hasn't been easy. Doing all this self-inventory and answering and being accountable and responsible for a lot of the choices and decisions that my thoughts have led me to make. So I say all that to say, because alcoholism can be very detrimental to a lot of people. If it's not detrimental to you, I guarantee you know somebody, or you have been affected by somebody that it has been very significant and influential in their life. Okay, moving on. Letting go. The things that I am letting go before I ship out to U.S. Army basic training. Alcohol is one of them. It is a life and death choice for me with alcohol. If I choose to drink, I choose to die. If I choose to not drink, I choose to live. That is how alcohol is for me. Another thing that I am letting go of, or that I'm leaving behind, I am letting go and leaving behind freedom. As a civilian here in the United States, you are free. And as a soldier of the United States, you are property of the United States government. And it is an honor to become a soldier, and it is all voluntary. Fortunately, we live in a time where nobody is drafted into the Army to go to war. And I'm talking about the now. I'm not talking about then. I'm not talking about then. And I'm not talking about what may be. Okay, but I'm talking about now, and to volunteer and to be of service, to play a role in keeping that freedom for civilians of the United States is pretty cool. And I'll learn more as I go into basic training, and as I complete basic training and on to the rest of my military career, I will learn more about what it means to be a soldier. But I'm leaving behind freedom. I am also leaving behind my children. And that sounds a lot more concrete and blunt than I intend it to be. So without getting all in my personal business regarding my children, what is essential to know is I am a daddy to my children, and I'm the big daddy, and I love my children. Unfortunately, I have learned a truth about myself that I love alcohol more than my children. And that is why I got to let it go. Because what alcohol has done to me and for me and my family has been everything but positive. And I say that with a smile because it's embarrassing actually for me to hear it and admit it and be accountable for it. Ain't nobody put a single drop of alcohol in my body. Ain't nobody made me consume nothing. Ain't nobody made me do nothing since the time I was 15 years old, for real. And what I've chose to do with my freedom is unfortunate. I don't live in the past anymore. I've been learning this as my recovery has been active for me. I live in the now, and you can only take things one day at a time. And part of these reasons for me to document these videos and make them is because I plan to look back at these and be proud of myself for making these when I did, which is now, obviously. Today is what? January 19th. It's 12:55 in the morning, and the previous 24 hours, your boy did not have a drink, and I'm proud of myself for that. Unfortunately, my children have watched me drink, and that is something I am ashamed of and I am proud of. But I'm letting go of, and I'm leaving behind being a mediocre daddy to my children to learn how to become a GOAT daddy to my children. I don't have to do this. Like I said, ain't nobody making me go into the Army. This is all voluntary. But I've been encouraged by individuals who want the very best for Luke to engage in this career and sacrifice being a mediocre daddy, and what I mean by that is just being around my children and spending time with them and on my own terms and when I want to. It's not like I won't ever be able to. It's not like they're being taken from me. It's not like they can't interact with me. I will just not have the freedom and the luxuries as a civilian would, who is also a dad. I will miss what I need to miss and I won't be available to what I could be available for them on the regular. And there's an understanding of that. There's an acknowledgement that will be navigated, and I ain't the only one to live this way regarding their kids. There's mamas and other daddies who are doing the same thing, and they've been doing it for years. And so it's just an adjustment and something new, and it's not something that is it's not more negative than how I was already conducting my life. Okay, we'll just put it that way. I was being I was present, but I wasn't present. And things could have ended very shortly for me regarding my life with my habits and just choices I was making. So, wow. I'm leaving all that behind. I am also leaving behind my stinking thinking, my victim mentality that I've carried for pretty much most of my life. And I'm not only have I carried it, but I've comforted it, comforted it, and treated it, and taken care of it so it can stay with me. This victim mentality and these fearful tendencies and thoughts that turn into fearful actions to avoid discomfort and be the opposite of courageous, and be the opposite of confident, and be the opposite of strong, and just things that don't make you, and not you, me, elevate to become the best you that you could possibly be. Everybody who I have let in my circle and have shared intimate details about my life with, and have had intimate experiences with. And intimacy is not sexually. Intimacy is to be known by somebody, rooted in honesty and rooted in truth. And everybody who I've allowed to be intimate and vulnerable, everybody that I have allowed myself to be intimate, honest, truthful, and vulnerable with has seen great potential in your boy. And it's not that I couldn't see it myself. It's that I taught myself how to not believe it. And I taught myself how to shut the door. And rather than shut the door behind me, I learned how to shut the door in front of me and not even give myself a chance. And because I didn't give myself a chance, I didn't give the people who rely on me and count on me and are impacted by my choices and decisions a chance to experience life in a better way too. So I'm leaving that behind, and I'm stepping into a mindset of being courageous, being confident, and determined and disciplined to overcome and persevere through challenges and obstacles that come my way. I've learned truths about myself that I can endure pain and effort and suffering for quite some time. And after that quite some time, when the reward stays invisible for too long, I end up quitting on myself. And because I end up quitting on myself, it, like I said a couple minutes ago, it affects those who are relying on me to teach them values and ways of how to overcome and navigate life themselves, you know? So I'm leaving behind these things, and it's pretty much like an identity shift, you know? And a large part of that has been I've been able to think clearly now and see from a new perspective and a new light with great faith that my higher power is he's real. He is always real. He always has been real, and he always will be real. And in this new experience, I am stepping into this, diving into this, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time, by faith. And I'm believing in what I can't see that is yet to be seen. I'm believing in what I can't see that is yet to be seen. And I know, you know, with some things that I have done in my life more recently, and some not so recently, going back 8 years, 10 years, 20 years. I know I've received grace after grace, mercy after mercy. And if I continue to disregard God, you know, I'm gonna be a covered me, covered by something, covered by some wood and some dirt and some grass. And that ain't how I want my legacy to be. That ain't how I want my story to be. You know, I'm documenting my story on the now. And now I'm telling you, you know, what's going to be left and what's going to be done. How I can move forward, right? I'm here, and each video, it gets me more and more and more and more this way, right? Each and every 24 hours sober, it gets me this way. You know what I'm saying? Each and every day, where the motivation is present and the motivation isn't present, but I'm still going. Even when I don't got it, but I'm still going, right? I'm still believing. We going this way. You feel me? Even when things aren't going my way, even when things hurt and mistakes are made again and again and again and again and again, and amends need to be made, and resentment needs to be kicked, and idols need to be knocked. You know, it is going this way. I was reminded by an old friend, and when I say old, I mean this motherfucker is old as far as age. And I was reminded by him that whatever it is that's going on, and I ain't seen him in a few years, but he told me that whatever is going on, you know, because the last time he saw me, I was with my family, and he saw me without my family, and I was crying like a bitch, you know. But I was crying because these burdens I was carrying in here were being released, and it was at church, and he just reminded me that whatever is going on, he ain't know. But whatever's going on, that God knows. And that's all he needed to say. And he just prayed for me that I would continue to seek him and follow him along his path, because whatever that path is, he knows, and it's laid out for me and me only. You know, and I'd be doing my children a big disservice if I didn't walk out the path that has been blessed and laid before me. You know, I'm leaving behind resentment that I have to myself, unforgiveness that I have to myself. I'm leaving it behind. I got 4 breathing children, living children, and I got 1 child who is experiencing whatever she's experiencing with in heaven. And I'm letting it go. My stinking thinking, things in my head that try to get me to stumble, try to get me to stop, try to get me dead. My stinking thing, my biggest enemy, which is me and my own demons, have burdened me with a choice that I made when I was 18 years old with an experience that has left a significant brand in my brain and on my heart. And I'm letting it go. You know, it can't come with me. It can't stay with me. And today was just a beautiful day and a beautiful opportunity to do that. So, this video, it ain't about what the Army can give you, boy. It ain't about what basic training is going to do for me. It ain't about something that I can receive from, somebody else or something else. It's about what I'm choosing to leave behind. Okay. Your boy ships to basic training on March 8, 2026. And these things, they can't come with me. You know what I'm saying? Before basic training and all these documentation, these vlog videos, before all that, I'm choosing who I no longer am. Okay? I'm choosing no longer who I am. Or who I no longer am. That's why I'm choosing who I no longer am. I'm choosing who I'm finna be. And who I'm finna be, that's yet to be seen. All right? So, my name is Lucas Wilson. Appreciate y'all if you stuck around. This video kind of took a turn in a way that I didn't expect, but that's me right now. And me right now is better than I was yesterday and the day before and the day before that. And I'm glad I got another 24 hours. You feel me? So like, subscribe, share it, all that bullshit, comment if you want. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. You know what I'm saying? Peace.